My girls work so hard. I put all this over here today that came out of the big pen where the roosters were and rabbits were before that. And boy, I tell you what, it was quite the mess, quite the big old mound of it. And they're just about down to where it's all just flat. That's what they do best. They love using those little feet as little hoes. And they'll just hoe that out and see if there's anything in there that they can eat, and they'll get that just as flat as you please. I think that's just so cool. And the next thing you know, it'll all be dried out, and there'll be little bugs and crickets hiding under there, and worms. And whenever they come out here, they'll, in the morning, first thing in the morning, that's where they'll run to and see what's out here. I just love them. They're so wonderful. I tell you what, this breeze tonight, it's Friday evening, and the breeze is wonderful. I was a little bit hot in there whenever I was working, but now it just feels so wonderful. Oh my goodness, it's supposed to get a little bit cool tonight and then be 80 or so tomorrow, and we're not supposed to have any rain in the foreseeable future. So I'll be hopefully working in my garden some more once it dries up, and I don't know. We'll see what the weather does. See if I'm going to be able to even have a garden this year or not. Kind of waited around too long now, maybe. So tomorrow's my day rest, so I'm going to get busy and finish up my my Friday evening, getting the animals all ready for eating tomorrow and drinking tomorrow, and making sure they're all taken care of before I go in and just relax. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to relaxing tomorrow. It's not like I work my butt off or anything, because I really don't. I have little spurts, I do, you know, but when you're retired, you don't have to do that anymore. So, well, I finally got it done. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that was a mess too. It was a stinker. And the littles are still doing pretty good over there. I let them out for a little while today and let them go run and play. Boy, they sure loved it. Got all my tools still out. Look at all this stuff I used. Just trying to get that stuff to chunk out of there. It was horrible. She's due tomorrow. I don't hear any little peeps yet, but I guess we'll see, huh? Good morning, friends. Well, it's been a couple of days. I'm sorry for that. But as you can see, I got up super early this morning before it got hot, and I got out here and I used my little push plow. Look at all of this grass I have everywhere. I mean, I was out here walking around and I was thinking, oh my gosh, wouldn't my chickens just love this? But I've got things in here that I don't want them to eat. Like what they would do is jump up on my apple trees and eat my apple trees, and they would scratch out the roots. And so I've got to fix that before they can come back out here. So that's on my to-do list, and they will just enjoy this immensely. And so what I thought about, I thought, you know, I have all of that fencing that I had leaned up against the back fence. So I decided, you know what, those girls would absolutely love some green stuff. So I got busy. I stopped my work over here. I only got about, I got 4 rows done. I've got 3 more to go. And I came over, I made a little opening in the fence, and voila, looky here what I've got. Chickens, they're doing my work for me again. Looky there. They are out there in that sea of green, and I am loving it. See if I can get it focused on them. There we go, instead of the fence. Isn't that a beautiful sight? I kept thinking, how am I going to do this and not just replant all that green stuff? If I go out there with my rototiller, it's just going to turn it under and it's just going to come right back up. So I thought, well, it's going to come back up anyway, but how about I just let the chickens eat it? That's my favorite thing to do anyway. And while the littles while the big ones are outside, I said, littles, do you want to come play? So they said, yes, Mama. And so they came out and they flew all around. They made a big commotion. And the next thing they did was, oh, we're tired. We need a break. Let's go rest. So they're resting now. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they cute? They're, let's see, 5 weeks old. 5 weeks old. Isn't that crazy? And I have 15 more coming. They're being put in the mail on the 17th of May. And she got up off of her nest the other day. She's got 12 eggs, and it looks like there might have been one that got broken. So I don't even know if she's going to have babies or not, because once those eggs get broken and gets on the other eggs, it closes off the airflow to the embryo. A lot of times they won't mate. So I don't know if she's going to have any babies or not. Hopefully she does, because she's wanted them so bad. And she won't hush. She's waiting on her to get done. And she just wants to gripe. I just want to gripe. That's my job. I gripe and I gripe and I gripe. She's griping at the one in the middle, because the one in the middle is not on a nest. This girl here looks like she's assumed a position. She's getting ready to pop an egg out if she hadn't already. You gonna pop one out? So she's actually just protecting that nest. And there's Megan. Megan's always in there trying to make some trouble too. And she says, oh, come on, y'all, give me a break. I want in there too. Not even doing anything, they said. So let's go outside and look. So as you can tell, they've already started their job up here. Look here at all these. Look at them. They are out here getting bugs, eating grass, scratching, doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And I am so happy to see it. Look at them eating that grass. I don't know what that stuff is. I put it, I took a picture of it, and I put it in that plant identifier app, and they said it's corn. And I know it is not corn, because it has rhizomes. And I mean, it has a root that goes from one to the other that is so big. It's hard to even explain how big that thing is. And I went through there with my rototiller twice, and I still have this much left. And that one came back as well. So I thought, well, I'm going to see. Even Crip said, Mama, I want to go out there, Mama. And so she wouldn't come out here by herself, so she asked me if I would bring her out. So I brought her out. Look at her. She's doing just fine out here all by herself. She didn't come out of the house much. But boy, this is sure good for her. Her eggs are real brittle. As soon as she lays them, they crack, and they all fight to eat them. Look how many I've got out here. See, I just let that one little space open right there where the water hose is. And looky here. Everybody's... I didn't really want them in the boxes, and I guess I could have and put it around behind, but the thing is, this is the fruit year, because you can see my apple trees back here. Let's see if I can. You can see my apple trees there, and you can see my plum trees over here. Well, I also ordered a Concord grape, and I thought, God, that doesn't look like much. And so you can see right here where I have already hoed it out, and you can see a little bit of green coming out, so it's going to be doing fine too. And it's a ways up there, but you can see that my peach trees are doing real well too. And then it's right in front of the real pretty flowers, and it's so far away I had to zoom in so far that I can't hold it still enough. But you can see it's doing really well. It's way over there. Oh my. And Hazel was sitting off and on and off and on and off and on, but I wrote down her first day as the 1st of May for actual sitting. she may have sat down on them a day or two earlier than that, but I wasn't really sure. So I have her due date written down as the 30th of May. So we will see if we have Memorial Day babies. Yeah, we'll see. And look at these little babies. Look at these little guys, little girls over here. These are my green egger pullets that I bought. Aren't they cute? There's a couple of them I think that are just stunning. I like the one with the orange on front and the white in the back. I think she's the prettiest of all. So, and I've got this cage ready for if my baby chicks are hatched. If not, the new babies that are coming from Hoover's Hatchery will go there. And if her eggs hatch and I get the Hoover Hatchery babies, then these kids will be coming out, which are these, because they'll be old enough to be out with the flock by then. And then I'll have 2 broods of babies. So that'll be kind of fun. And all my bunnies are doing good. I've got one that was up there, didn't have enough room. Up there on top is where her cage was. She didn't have enough room. She didn't have an open bottom, so her poop was starting to pile up again. And I thought, you know what, I don't like this. So during the day, she gets to go outside. So this is only temporary. I basically wanted to put her inside this fence. I know I have grass everywhere outside the fence, but I wanted her inside of the fence because I didn't know if she would start trying to dig out. That was my first test. And she's been out here 3 days in a row now, and she hasn't started trying to dig out yet. So that's encouraging. And then I was a little concerned because if I put her out there in all that grass, there's no shade, and so she'd be hot, get hot and die, and she could get hot and die in the house. You know, I mean, I don't want that. So she's going to stay right there until I can figure out something else for her, because I don't want to lose a whole bunch of rabbits this year to the heat like I did last year. I just kept losing them every day. I'd lose another one and another one and another one. And it was all I could, you know, I would rather just go ahead and eat them rather than that. So it just breaks my heart that I don't have any place that I can fix up for them so they're outside and not be eaten at night by the animals too. That's my biggest thing. See all of this down here? Yeah, that is animal heaven. They are just profuse. I have a little camera, what is it, camp camera or whatever you want to call them. And the things that come up from back there, I have groundhogs, I have raccoons, I have muskrats, I have, of course, deer, I have armadillos, skunks, possums, coons, fox, and coyotes. So if you can imagine trying to keep something outside at night, oh, and owls, outside at night and try to keep your baby safe and comfortable and happy and alive, then I don't know, I might be able to do something in here, but I would have to really make some good shade for them because it gets really hot in the summer right there. I would really like to put them over here, but right now that's chickens, and that's the only place that they have to go hide. And it's a good hide. I mean, that's a good place for them to hide. You can tell that there's nobody out here right now because they sure do love that grass and weeds. Captain, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, Captain. You know what? You're over here. Look at here. See how smart he is. See why I love him so much. I've got girls over here, a couple, and the rabbit. And I've got a couple of girls over here. And I've got him out here protecting them. That's who he is. That's what he does. And then the rest of them are out there protecting the ones on that side of the fence. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? I wish they wouldn't fight so much over the girls. It just drives me crazy. Look at them. They sure are enjoying themselves. They sure are. Here's where they dust bathe now. They've got that tore up, and I love it. Sometimes I come out here right after the rain with my pickaxe, and I'll just break it up again for them because it gets really, really wet and soggy, and they really need that dust bath. They love their dust bath. I tell you what, I love my push plow. That thing works better than anything. It really does. So the rows on the right I planted first, and the rows on the left I planted second. There's the first 3 rows I planted first. And there's a skip or 2 in there where I went ahead and planted, even though I didn't think that anything was in that potato piece that I put down there. I thought, well, it'll be all right. I'll put something else there later. It'll be fine. And I've got plenty anyway, so I'm excited. I love it. And my chair, I have to go sit down every now and then, so I got me a chair out there. There's my hoe. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and I know I'm going to. It's going to be a wonderful day. I had a friend come over and help me yesterday clean some of this mess up in the floor. And I tell you what, it sure is helpful whenever somebody, you know, helps, is a good enough person to come help me. You know, I mean, it takes a really, really good person to want to come in here and clean up chicken poop in a hot barn that stinks with rabbit pee. I mean, that takes an amazing person. So I thank him, and really happy that I have a friendship. So that works out really well for me. So anyway, I'll let you go, and please subscribe. I tell you what, I'm getting a little bit annoyed with YouTube because they keep suppressing me. My videos used to be crazy. They just go nuts. And then I started talking about God, and then they started not even having but maybe 100 or 200 people watch it, where I was having 5,000 and 7,000. I have 1,000, 11,000 on one of them before all of that started happening. So if you watch my video, if this is the first time that you watch my video and you get this far along, will you please subscribe? I mean, it would really help me, and it won't hurt you to just push that little button. And if you want to get more of my YouTube videos, please hit that bell so that the notifications come to you, and you know when I have put out another video. It would help me so much, and it wouldn't hurt you at all. You can either watch it or not watch it, you know. I mean, that's your prerogative. But I sure would appreciate it if you would do that for me. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.